It's 4:30 in the afternoon, and I'm ready. So check this out. Crockpot's going. Inside of there, all delicious-y, is the pork butt and the butternut squash. And there's some jalapenos in there, and there's some beef broth, because I couldn't find chicken broth, and molasses. The can of coconut milk is ready and waiting to go in. It's going to go in at the end. Over here is onion, chopped and ready to go. Over here is the bacon, waiting to be browned in the skillet. And then after the bacon's browned, I'm going to take the bacon out, put the onion in. Bacon's going to go on top. Then in here, waiting, is the chopped up asparagus on the top, already oiled and salted and ready to be browned and broiled and beautiful. And then in here is our garden produced a single okra, and I don't know what to do with it, so I'm gonna bake it. And these are the seeds from the butternut squash, because hopefully they'll be crunchy and a delicious snack. So I did all of this prep work like a half an hour ago because I have a meeting today at 5:30, except I just got a phone call that I don't. So I planned the entire meal around the fact that I wouldn't have time to cook. So I did everything with a soup because I didn't think I would have time to cook and that I would be starving and that I would get out of a meeting and then have half an hour to fix the soup. And now I have time. Too bad. We're having soup. So I made soup because it all went into the crock pot. Yay! So this is, so the pork belly, or the pork butt, whatever it's called, hung out in the crock pot, and it got relatively tender, but not tender enough, and I was hungry, so I cut it into little tiny pieces. And then there's the bacony stuff on the top, and it's delicious. And then there's the butternut squash, that some of it is actually in whole pieces, but I also went ahead and did the stick blendery thing to make it more creamy. And speaking of cream, there's also the can of coconut milk that just went into the soup. To make it more creamy and delicious. And the asparagus is in here. I went ahead and broiled it to try to give it some more brown caramelization-y goodness. I also, after I browned the bacon, I also went ahead and did a whole onion, chopped and caramelized the onion, and then threw the onion in here.
That sounds amazing.
So it should be tasty. And there's Italian seasoning, because I realized that the molasses and beef stock I put in here, did not overcome the 2 jalapenos from the garden that I put in. So then I added some Italian seasoning, and that's actually also why I pureed the butternut squash, is to try to get rid of the jalapeno.
Also, His Highness wants to tell us that you accidentally dropped a piece of bacon while you were cooking, and it was amazing, so you should cook this again and again, and he rates you very highly for this episode. Thank you!
My humans will not let me have any because of this thing they call onions. It is very sad. Please take away the onions from my humans so that they never use them again, because apparently I am not allowed to have soup because of onions.